So we had some old friends in town in November, and they wanted to hit the lake and do some surfing at one of these amazing East Tennessee lakes that I won't shut up about. But we had turned our Supra SE in. It just so happened that Moomba had been speaking to us about giving the new 2021 Moomba Mojo a surf. Give it a good rogering, so to speak. So we coordinated and took the opportunity to surf the new Mojo with our friends from NorCal, the Favors, plus another friend, Mark Hansen. We had a blast and this was a ton of fun, and I was really looking forward to filming one of my favorite surf models and her dorky husband. LaShawn Favors is great because she surfs very well and she always makes every wave look big. So we already posted on Instagram when we came back and the wave was outstanding. Now I know I always say that, right? But remember, I only do the review if I love the boat and have something to say about it. Otherwise, I just move on. So what did I love about this boat? Was there something unique about it? Well, allow me to pontificate. We got the boat out on the first ride on a beautiful day in November with our friends Kevin and LaShawn Favors, as I mentioned before, and Mark Hansen. At first, we had a hard time dialing in the wave. The normal settings that I would start out with on a Super or Moomba boat just didn't seem to be working. That isn't normal. I normally find the waves really fast on these boats. So I'm going to come back to this more a little bit later when we describe our second ride. But for now, the short of it is that this was the first R&D boat and something was not working properly. Because of this, we had to list the boat much differently than we normally would. We were a bit disappointed at first, and then I started using instinct and previous experience to find the wave, and bam, wow, it was really good. It was long, big, pushy, and fun. So what was so special about this wave? Well, if you've been following our videos, you will know that Amy, above all, loves the wave from the current generation Supra SL. The SL wave is super clean, smooth, and it has strong push, but the push is unique. It's very smooth from front to back. Some boats have great push in the back or great push in the front, and maybe not so much in the middle, but the SL has smooth push the entire wave, and the wave face is so clean. Well, I love the Supra SE SA wave a bit more because one of the things about the SL wave is that it's a bit soft. Not much. The SE SA wave is just a bit firmer. Honestly, I could surf the rest of my life on either the SA, SE, or SL. They are all so good, but we noticed that the Mojo wave was reminiscent of the SL, but a little bit firmer than the SL. More like the SCSA, but maybe not quite as firm. We tested both stock and with an additional 1,000 pounds of lead. Stock was at least 4,000 pounds, but I think it was actually a little bit more. Some of those bags fill up pretty big. The wave was great. Everyone loved the wave, but I was uneasy about the setup. Something was wrong. So now it's December 10th, a month later. The sun was out, but it was cold and there was a little bit of wind. It was 50 degrees in the air and 50 degrees in the water. Matt Brown of Moomba took this R&D boat after our first ride and went through it head to toe, and they found that one of the surf tabs was installed improperly and in the wrong place, so that it was ineffective, and that made sense. It made sense because on one side we had to list the boat much more than normal, and on the other side it was more normal for a surf system boat. So I had purchased a full wetsuit for Jessie, and I paid her to convince her to go into the water, and we had one goal for this outing: check that the issue was fixed and normal settings worked. It was easy. We made a wave right away, and we were using settings that were in the normal range of what we would use for a Super or Moomba boat. Jessie was very cold and was not used to riding in a wetsuit, so it wasn't the greatest surf session, but it was easy to tell the boat was fixed and the wave looked great. To cut down on time, on this ride, we only rode with the 1,000 pounds of extra lead. We did not test it again stock, but we were very convinced that the problem had been fixed and that this boat is going to consistently make a great wave. This brings up a great point about making a wake surf wave. It has been my experience with all of these various boats that the hull makes the wave, not the surf system. In other words, if you have to list a boat over more to make a wave because your surf tab isn't working, then the wave will be virtually the same when the surf tab is working. This is because the surf system just helps form the wave. When the tab on this boat wasn't working, we had to list it over to over 9 degrees on the goofy side, which is about right when you are surfing old school. But with the tab working, it required about 4 degrees of roll, what we expect on the goofy side of a Moomba or Super boat. The wave shape, push, firmness, and other unique characteristics are made by the hull. The only caveat to that is that I think you can make a better wave with a well-engineered surf system and well-engineered hull, because you can add more weight to the entire boat and displace more water safely when you are using a surf system. When you have to lean the boat way over, you can't add as much weight before it starts to look like this picture from the old days. All that said, we really love the 2021 Moomba Mojo. It also had great storage and other features and plenty of room. I am not going into those in full detail since you can go check those out in the showroom. But to summarize, Amy and I have told Skier's Choice that we would be happy to use a Mojo for the season or even part of the season. It's a great fun wave and we would recommend this boat to anyone. At the very least, I would like to get some more time on it because the wave was unique and it was very fun. In 1 or 2 days, you can't fully experience what a boat can do. And I really think this boat has an even greater wake surf potential that is just dying to be tapped into. I hope you all are staying safe, and I'm so looking forward to a great 2021 season when it gets warm. Until next time.
Into the room, I can't help stop and stare. Show me what you got. I hope you came prepared right there. Cause when you're messing with someone like me, getting check. Cause there's no way that I'm gonna leave till I get that thing that makes me cool like crazy. That bad inside, that's lit. No if, no buts, no maybes. It's what I want. This is what I want. This is what I want. What I want. This is what I want. That thing, that makes me cool like crazy. Makes me cool like crazy. Makes me cool like crazy. Let me break it down. It's a material world, but I'll tell you now, I can be your girl. If you give me the thing that I want, what is that? And I'll give everything that I got. Wanna get that thing that makes me cool like crazy. That bad inside, that's lit. No if, no buts, no maybes. It's what I want. This is what I want. This is what I want. What I want. This is what I want. That thing that makes me cool like crazy. I want it all. That thing that makes me cool like crazy. I want it all. That thing that makes me cool like crazy. Makes me cool like crazy. This is what I want. This is what I want. What I want. This is what I want. That thing that makes me cool like crazy. This is what I want. This is what I want. What I want. This is what I want. That thing that makes me cool like crazy.